in order for things to change without you, from without, in your circumstances, in your external vanity, in your body, things first must change from within. That is how it works. When you realize that you don't attract what you want, you don't get what you want, you get what you are. And so if we can get this deep down in our soul and in our heart, realizing that we have to become our own biggest cheerleader. There's a quote by Jim Rohn that says, when you change the way you see things, the things you see will change. That means we have to go from within. We have to change that inner dialogue. That's the only way to change your story, ladies, is you have to take responsibility for your relationship with yourself, because ultimately your relationship with yourself will determine your direction. It will determine your self-worth. It will determine your confidence. It will determine your identity, and it will determine your story. And so, it's really important to realize that being your own biggest cheerleader doesn't mean you grab pom-poms and you're like rah, 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 and you're, constantly overly positive and full of yourself to everybody. It means that in those quiet moments, it means in those moments when you glance at yourself in the mirror, it means in the moments when the results aren't showing up as fast as you would like them. It means in the days when you're tired and you don't want to get up to do your workout. It means the days when you would rather be doing something else than meal prepping. It's those moments that you become your biggest cheerleader. It's in the hardest moments, but those moments will always multiply and give back to you tenfold.
Here on the Change Your Story podcast, we believe that every woman has the power to rewrite her narrative and become happier, stronger, confident of herself. Welcome everyone to the Change Your Story podcast, the ultimate platform for women seeking transformation in their health and fitness journeys. I'm your host and transformation coach, Hannah Dawson. And together, we're going to embark on an incredible journey of growth and empowerment. We are not just another fitness podcast. We're an all-in-one transformation platform dedicated to helping you change your story. Join me as I educate, inspire, and empower you on your health and fitness journey. Together, we are going to debunk common fitness and nutrition myths that are holding you back. I will provide you with evidence-based information that will revolutionize your approach to wellness. But it doesn't stop there, girl. I'm going to encourage the heck out of you. Yes, I will. We are going to work together to cultivate a mindset that aligns with your goals. I will help you overcome obstacles, develop unshakable self-belief. I want you to love the body you have while empowering you to build a body and life that you've always dreamed of. No matter where you're at on your health and fitness journey, this podcast will be your guide to changing your story. Together, we'll embrace the power of self-love, body positivity, and celebrate the strength within us. Get ready to unleash your full potential, ignite your passion, and create lasting change. So are you ready to rewrite your story? Let's do this together. Welcome to the Change Your Story podcast.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Change Your Story podcast. I'm your host and transformation coach, Hannah Dawson. I'm so excited to be in your ears this morning, and I hope that this episode inspires and encourages you that you have the power to change your story. That's what this podcast is all about. It is about giving you these golden nuggets, words of inspiration, of encouragement, of motivation, just to change one thought, because we all know that one thought can change everything. So if I can be the source of encouragement for you, of motivation, of inspiration on your health and fitness journey to help you change the way you think and ultimately change your story, well, I have fulfilled my calling. You guys, today I'm so excited. As you heard the intro, we are talking about becoming your own biggest cheerleader. I know it seems corny or sounds funny, all this like self-love, but it's really important to realize self-love is so important. I'm sure you've heard that saying before, that if the plane goes down, you need to put on your own oxygen mask before you can help anybody, or you're no help to anybody. And, us mamas can put everybody else first and then wonder why where we have no oxygen left. We feel like we just feel depleted and defeated. And you have to realize that, you don't do your family, you don't do the people you love any good if you don't take care of yourself and if you don't love yourself. That is what you will give off, right? You can only give what you've got. And if you've got, discouragement, if you've got low self-esteem, if you've got, depression, anxiety, that's what you give off. No matter how much you try to mask it, that is what the energy force, that is what the foundation is coming from. So you have to see that self-love has to be a priority. And like I said in the beginning, this is going to come at moments where, you're going to be faced with decisions. And those decisions are going to test you. It's the decision of, my alarm goes off. I said I was going to get up, but the bed just feels so good. I can start later. Nope. It comes self-love, cheerleading. No, you got this. Don't worry. You're going to have the energy. You're going to feel so much better. Stick to your word. Keep your commitments to yourself. It's going to come when, like, crap, I forgot to meal prep. It's dinner time or dinner's over and I don't feel like getting everything. No, I'm going to do it because it's going to make the rest of my week go well. It's I don't want to take my photos. I don't want to do my measurements. I don't want to step on the scale. But then you are your biggest cheerleader in those moments and you go, you know what? But I need this. This is a part of the process. I'm not going to have drastic changes week by week, day by day, but over time, little by little, a little becomes a lot. So I'm going to do this because I'm going to love myself where I'm at, knowing that this woman right here in this body is, if she can love herself enough to do the things she said she's going to do, when I get to where I feel like I want to be, it will just be a milestone and I'll be so proud of myself and I'll have fallen in love with the process and it will just be a process. And these things that I do today, like doing my check-ins, like tracking my nutrition, these are just tools that are giving me biofeedback to let me know how to become the healthiest, strongest, fittest, most confident version of myself. That is all that they are. And when we can let go of this instant gratification of results happen fast and learn to create a lifestyle that I love and a routine that I love, everything else will fall away. The way you speak to yourself, ladies, has so much of an impact you don't even realize, right? And so it's really, something that really helps me is really taking it from a perspective of how would I want to speak to my daughter and how would I want my daughter to feel. And we become our own mamas to ourselves. And every time we have a hurtful thought towards ourselves, it hurts our feelings, whether we realize it or not. And so we're anxious, we're sad, we're having these thoughts because we're bullying ourselves. So we have to become our biggest cheerleader. When you start getting in the habit of encouraging yourself and cheering yourself on like you're doing amazing, practicing gratitude, practicing going over your wins every day, practicing these small, they seem insignificant in the moment, but they have such a dramatic impact. It's like a grenade. It's like, it has such a huge impact in every area of your life. So becoming your biggest cheerleader for you not only affects you, but it affects your whole family. It will open up doors. It will change the way you see things, like that quote. When you start seeing yourself differently, when you start looking within and starting to build a healthy relationship with yourself, yes, it's going to be hard. Like any relationship, and communication is like the number one thing. You have to communicate with yourself. And if your communicate is abusive and negative and when you're feeling feelings, you go to ignore them, stuff them away with food or alcohol or shopping, all you're doing, it's like being in a relationship and your daughter's talking to you and you walk away. And you just keep walking away. It's not important. And you just go and find something else. Like thinking about it like that breaks your heart, or your child or your husband. Could you imagine if every time someone wanted to tell you, you know, trying to communicate with you something that they're feeling, you just keep walking away? I don't have time for this. That's what you do to yourself. Or you're like, eat this right now, or let's have a drink and not deal with this right now. That's what you do. And so it's really important to start putting yourself first and start saying enough is enough, and really becoming, your biggest cheerleader will really impact not just like vanity and how you feel good about yourself, but it actually scientifically, from a chemical perspective in your body, has an impact on your health. Because they say that all sickness, all disease stems from what? From stress. And so when we're in a constant state of sadness, anxiety, putting ourselves down, that puts our body in stress. We get sick easier. And then from that we make decisions to avoid pain, which some of those decisions again could not be the healthiest choices as well. So it's really important to see that, you need food to live, but if your self-talk, if the way you speak to yourself isn't in a way that's leading you to where you want to go, it's just going to take you farther away and make you sicker and sicker. And thus, this is what you feed your family. Remember, you don't just feed your family groceries, you feed your family what is in you as well. And so when they see the impact and the change in you, and, the positive, way that you show up for yourself, you're just going to be that influence to your family as well. So I want to give you some tips and some tools to take away from this. I don't just want to talk forever, but I hope that this is kind of helping reframe your thinking. So you know me, ladies, I am such a believer in the power of your mornings. Your mornings set the tone for your day. So it's really important to realize that what you fill your mind with first thing is literally going to be in the driver's seat for your day. So make sure that even if you only have 5 minutes, that if you love your coffee or whatever, do that. But, open up the app, read the daily dose of motivation. Maybe look in the journal section or the gratitude section, and open up, some mantras or affirmations. This is really important. You have to learn that you got to speak to yourself. You have to start having a conversation with yourself. So this is the quickest, easiest way to start building yourself up. And it will. Just like when you say a compliment to a stranger or to your family, and you give someone a compliment, that's giving love, okay? And when you give something, especially love, it will come back to you. And it's just like when you give someone a gift. I don't know about you, but when you give someone a gift and seeing the reaction, it's almost like it's a gift to you to see them receive something, and they're so joyful. So remember, when you speak to yourself, in a way that gives love to yourself, you're just going to lift your emotions to match your vibration to put you in the direction that you want. So this is joy, this is happiness, this is excitement, this is gratitude. So the first thing in the morning, so I'm going to tell you guys a couple mantras or affirmations that I absolutely love. And I mean, you can feel free to adopt your own in the app. There's many, many mantras and affirmations, but I mean, you could look on Pinterest, and whatever one just seems to speak to your soul, that's the affirmation for you. And just write it somewhere, keep it on your phone, and just anytime, a thought comes or something discouraging, you just say that. You can say it in your head, you can say it out loud if you're by yourself. So these are a couple affirmations that really help me whenever I'm going through something or whenever I'm struggling to show up for myself. This is one that I absolutely love, and it kind of can go for anything. So it goes like this: everything has a way of working out as long as I keep taking consistent action forward. So that could go on your health and fitness journey, that can go in your relationships, that can go in your business, because all of the areas affect you, right? So if you get yourself solid, all of the areas have to rise to match that. All right. So I mean, it just that little mantra is just, it's comforting, and it kind of helps clear any negative thoughts that can come in and kind of like confuse you, because negative thoughts can just make you kind of feel dizzy and confused. If you know what I'm talking about. And then we spiral. So remember how I talked about in the one podcast, like thoughts attract like thoughts. So we have to constantly be aware of the thoughts that we are allowing ourselves to think. And sometimes we can't really, change them. So we need a mantra, and the mantra can interrupt the negative thought pattern. All right. Another one that I love is just saying, I can. I got this. This is easy for me. Like when I'm in a workout, this is easy for me. I can do this, right? Another one, too, ladies, is interrupting those excuses and saying, I have time. Don't say, I don't have time anymore. Don't say anything negative. When you start speaking what you want, life will start opening up opportunities that will present themselves to show you that you do, right? How we speak will be what we see. So when you say, I have time, you're going to start seeing where you have time. You'll look at your calendar. How can I shift things around? Where are the wasted gaps? Where am I scrolling on social media, or where am I binging on Netflix that I could actually maybe go to bed a bit earlier and get up earlier so that I can prioritize myself? Yes, it's going to be hard in the beginning because you're like a baby with a soother. So you're going to take something that's comforting to you, but it's not serving you. And it's going to take you a bit to wean off. Trust me, I started getting up really early in the morning, like at 3 a.m., because I realized that my workouts were better when I put them first thing in the morning. And it was hard. And yes, I would love to sleep in. And I was also, one of my excuses was, I'm going to feel tired throughout the day. I'm going to have an emotional breakdown. I'm going to cry. And guess what, you guys? I'm 4 weeks in and I have more energy than I've ever had. Like crazy, right? More energy. I may go to bed between 7 and 8. But you know what? That's a priority to me. And I get more done through the day. I have more things to do for myself, or go for coffee with friends, or I just have more time for me and doing the things that I love throughout the day. And if I have things to get done, then I know if something interrupts life, I've got my workout done. That's a priority. It's out of the way. And it's also a priority because it keeps me healthy. It gives me energy. It helps my mental health. It helps me deal with stress. Like there's so many more benefits than like, oh, my goal is weight loss. Well, if your goal is just weight loss, you bet that you're not going to show up half the time. That's not enough. It has to be for something deeper. So those are one of the things. Interrupt the excuses with something positive. Another one is, I have everything I need. Right? When you say, I have everything I need, a life will present you and show you all of the things that you have. It's like gratitude. When we start saying thankful for everything we have, we start seeing more of what we love, right? So it's literally just changing the way you speak about situations, circumstances, and how you speak to yourself. So that's really powerful when it comes to being your biggest cheerleader. It really just is your inner dialogue, and sometimes it's the way we speak. So pay attention to the friends that you hang around, the community you're surrounded with. You know, don't ever put yourself down in front of people. Just silence is better sometimes than speaking. Same thing with gossip. Don't gossip, because it doesn't hurt the person you're gossiping about. It actually hurts you. It doesn't make you feel good. Gossip is negative. It makes you feel ugly. And then ugly emotions make you beat yourself up more, and it has a ripple effect in other areas of your life. So there's that. So make sure that you have integrity with yourself and with others, and you show up for yourself and you keep your word. And that is all about, that's all a part of being your biggest cheerleader, ladies. And so that is it. That is all for this podcast. I hope that this has helped change the way you think. And quick minute before you go, you guys, we have something really amazing, game changer, coming to the Fit Club app. This is something that I have been working on and thinking on for so long, and I'm so excited to be able to bring this to you. It honestly is going to change the trajectory of I can't say that, right? Of your health and fitness journey. I can promise you that. I'm literally going to lay everything out for you, and everything that felt overwhelming or confusing is going to seem clear, and you're going to finally create the habits and the lifestyle to make this a lifestyle that you've always wanted. So I'm so excited. Stay tuned. If you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you go follow at Fit Club Babes and at Hannah Dawson Fitness, because I'm going to be leaving clues. This new thing is going to be launched in September when routine and kids go back to school. So keep your eye out for clues. And I am absolutely so excited to be able to share this with you guys. Lastly, I want to ask you a question. All right? It's really important to ask ourselves questions, right? Because then we can come up with our own solutions and answers. So, after going through today's podcast, what affirmation or mantra can you adopt today to boost your confidence and change your story? It really comes down to that. Where are your pain points? How can we flip the script? You've got to flip the script. And you've got to start speaking to yourself the way you want to see yourself, not as how you feel in the moment. All right. So think about that today. How can you flip the script on whatever seems to be holding you back? All right. And then lastly, remember, being your own biggest cheerleader is the first step to rewriting your story. So embrace self-love and let your confidence shine. That is it. That is all. You guys, if you do me a huge favor, if you love this podcast, if it is helping you, please go and scroll to the bottom of iTunes and give me a rating. Leave me a review. I'd be absolutely grateful. I am so grateful. It's how the podcast gets found. That is it. That is all. Love you all. Have an amazing week. Bye for now.